My name is Matt Cutler, owner of Cutler Fab, and this is my 1990 Jeep Comanche, what's left of it. We did the best thing you can do to a unibody. We deleted the unibody. We cut the cab under the firewall, right under the wiper cavity, and under the back glass along the door seals, raised it up, rolled the chassis out, and put it on this trip to the salvage yard. Just kept the Jeep sheet metal. We're using a goat-built universal subframe. And fortunately, the dimensions length matched up perfect to the cab opening that I'd cut out. We're doing trailing arm suspension, 14-inch travel shocks, turning 20 inches of travel in the rear, 16 inches one-to-one on the front. It's kind of a 3-to-1 build, trying to get the best of everything, be good at everything, best at nothing, but it's running Spider 9-inch, Spider Tracks 9-inch axles, spools 543s, Mega High 9 front, Curry 9 plus rear, BFG KRTB sticky reds. We're running an LS2 out of an 06 Corvette, bone stock internals, Mass Motorsports computer and harness. Should be roughly 465, 470 horsepower. Turbo 350, reverse manual valve body, winter shifter, Atlas 3.0. Man, there's so much stuff to do.
How long did it take you to build this thing?
I worked on it for 19 months. From the day I sold my buggy, and we picked up parts on the way back from selling the buggy. We picked up the Spider Tracks 9s on the way home. My pal and I made a 21-hour trip to Missouri and back to gather everything, and that's when I got started. Running goat-built fuel cell, in-tank fuel pump, Fox shocks 2.5 all the way around with the DSC reservoirs. Tom Woods drive shafts. If anybody's used them, you know you won't use anybody else. 1350 joints all the way around, 2-piece front, universal matching spare for front and rear. Did a lot of metal work, took on a lot of new, learned a lot of new fabricating skills in this build. So much so that I was wanting to go back and keep doing more. I had to draw the line somewhere. Picked up a lot of bead rolling techniques and finishing of aluminum and steel. Main goal was to have the same performance as my previous buggy, still be streetable, and pipe dream race it one day, which likely won't ever happen, but it's capable of doing it.
Does it have doors?
Have doors. I have full steel doors. Windows still work.
Yeah.
We have hinged tube doors for when my kids are with me, we're running without the doors, the steel doors. We're obviously not using them today.
This looks more like a West Coast build. Was it intended that way?
I tend to follow West Coast trends. It appeals to me. The design appeals to me. I'm not a tubing master. I like miters. I like triangles, and that's what I was shooting for. It's still attractive I can have all the tins off in 15 minutes except for the cab portion, and it's very West Coast inspired. There's not a lot of bends in this tubing on this thing. I could probably count maybe 12 bends total.
Wow.
There's some roll tubing. I rolled the bumpers to match the body lines, rolled the rockers. Rockers were slugged with a 70-75 aluminum. I like West Coast. There's enough talented people doing the bouncer style rigs, and that's just not. I don't have to compete with them. I don't need to compete with them. They got enough competition.
Well, I like it. It's a head turner for sure. Thank you for letting me do a walk around.
Absolutely. We still got windshield wipers and washer fluid and turn signals and hazards and horns and.
Can still drive it on the street. Have you had it on the highway?
Yeah, I'm geared just a tick low. 543 and 3.0 and a turbo 350, so it's turning about 3,000 at 60. I'm probably going to swap a 6L80 in it to get the double overdrive, right, and still maintain the crawlability. It's fun stoplight to stoplight. It's a door slammer. Kids love it when we're going to school ball games, but I haven't had it out on the interstate and don't want to.
Tell me again why you decided to go from a full buggy back to full body.
20 years of wheeling, kind of got away from the roots into a buggy with big stickies, and it was point and shoot, and I felt like it took some of the skill out. So I wanted something that didn't sit in the shop 50 weeks a year not getting used. So I wanted a daily driver. I wanted to keep buggy performance, but add a little skill into it with a smaller tire, less ground clearance, and lots of sheet metal.